I got the Seahawks last. I'll say 7-10. They'll win some wacky games, but they just really don't have a lot on that team. I think this is finally the year it all falls through for Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll. They got a passing game, but they don't have much else. Their defense was better in the second half a little bit, but I got them last. I got a tie for second. I got the Cardinals and 49ers tied, both at 11 wins. I think they're both playoff teams this year. I'll take the Cardinals in the tiebreaker just because I don't know what the tiebreakers are yet. But 49ers and Cardinals are both playoff teams. Niners, they get a lot of players back. I just don't trust them with the injuries. I'll give them the 5. I'll give the Cardinals the 6 just because I know, Jeff, you like Kingsbury, but there's still a lot of questions with a lot of his game planning. They got weaker in the secondary.
Coming from the guy who likes the Broncos.
I like the Cardinals, too. I have them as a playoff team. I have them as a very good team. They're a very talented roster. Your boy Zaven Collins will definitely help that out a lot in that front seven.
Again. Say it again and say it louder for the people in
the back. Zaven Collins, just for you, Jeff.
There you go.
Just for you, Jeff. That offense is very nice. The only question is their pure running game. How good will they be? But their offensive line got a lot better, and I think defensively they'll still be very strong, even though I still have some questions with their secondary. So I'll give them and the 49ers. They're going to get players back, but again, they're still injury-prone players as a whole. And like Errol's mentioned many times, how their defense might regress a little without Robert Saleh there. And I'll give the Rams the division 12-5. They're my number 2 seed in that conference in the NFC as a whole. I think the Rams, they have a lot of star power on that team, very good coaching across the board. And again, they did well defensively with a new coordinator, and they'll have to do it a third straight year. But I think I trust them to at least make it decent, and I think this offense will balance it out too with Matthew Stafford. It gives them another dimension to that offense. So I got the Rams winning the division 12-5.
Don't worry, Brian.
Brian, I got your 49ers as the first wild card team. 11-6, first wild card team. I just worry about the injuries. They're the most talented team in the division.
My sentence. Hell no.
All right, the NFC West. I got the Seattle Seahawks ending up dead last. I think they win about 9 games. I think Russell Wilson is going to keep this team together. I think they're explosive offensively. I think they're worse defensively. They lost Wright in the offseason. Their linebacking core, which has been pretty much their strength over the last couple of years with Bobby Wagner and Wright. Wright's no longer there. He's with the Oakland Raiders. It's all about Bobby. The secondary is definitely weak. They lost one of their top wide cornerbacks going to the Jaguars in offseason, so that's going to hurt them. I think what this team was built on was defense. Now their strength is their offense, and their offensive line stinks. Let's be honest. They didn't rebuild this offensive line. I don't think, as good as Russell Wilson is, I don't think Seattle wins more than 9 games. He's going to try to get himself traded out of there in the offseason and go somewhere else where he can win. So they don't win more than 8 or 9 games this year. My third place team, I would say, because I'm kind of iffy with this, I'm going to say the Rams. The Rams are going to be a playoff team. They're going to come in as a wild card team. I think they win 10 games this year. I think Matthew Stafford will squeak in with the way he plays and stuff like that. I could see them even a second place team. I don't see them winning the division. I think there's certain weaknesses of this team. Their defense is their strength. Offensively, I don't know what they are. Now, Woods, Cooper Kupp, is Cooper Kupp going to stay healthy this year? Who's their running back? Sonny Michel. We don't know who they are. Henderson.
Darrell Henderson.
Yeah, Darrell Henderson. But we don't know what they are. We don't know what this running game is going to be. When going into the season was Akers. So we don't know what they are as far as a running team. And that's a big problem if you don't know where your strength is, which has been your strength since the beginning offensively. So that's going to be a huge problem for the Rams. So I think they're going to squeak in as a wild card team in third place. My second place team, I think it's the 49ers. I think the 49ers are going to be good this year. What bothers me is who's their starting quarterback. Is it Jimmy? Is it this guy? Is it that guy? We don't know who their starting quarterback is. They're strong in every kind of every kind of way. Defensively, in the secondary, they're good in the front seven. They can get at the quarterback. Nick Bosa is 100%, but they don't have Robert Saleh there, so we don't know what this defense is going to be without Robert Saleh. I still think it's going to be a top elite defensive team. So I think they're going to be fun to watch, and we know what their offense is going to be. Kyle Shanahan's going to use a lot of running plays. He's going to run the ball. They have a three-headed monster over there, so they're going to be able to run the ball, especially in that division. So I say they win 11 games. I think they can win 11 games and get into the playoffs as the first wild card team, because there's 3 wild card teams that can make it from that, from the NFC. And then Obviously, the number one team is the Cardinals. I think they're going to win the division.
Wrong.
I really do. Kyler Murray is going to be fun to watch this year. I think he's going to be up for an MVP this year if he can stay healthy. The offensive line's better. They have a great running game. Their defense is explosive. In the secondary and their front seven with J.J. Watt there. And by the way, Chandler Jones is still there. So that you have two really good edge rushers that, if they're healthy, they're going to be causing havoc. And by the way, their linebacking core is not too shabby either. So they're going to be very explosive, very fun to watch. And they have A.J. Green. They have Hopkins there. They have, what's his name again? Brown that they drafted. I think it was Brown. Moore in the second round that everybody, obviously Jeff loves. I think they're going to be explosively fun to watch. I think they win 12 games. I think they win the division.
Yeah. I know I'm going through hell in a handbasket, but Errol, what?
I'm sorry. By the way, I want to. I'm sorry to hear about your mom, man.
Yes,
I really am.
Well, I'm doing this for her. Mom was a big football fan. Both my parents were big football fans. I mean, every Sunday we would have playful arguments in the house about who's doing what. And what I know what I'm going to miss with Mom is she would call and ask me to help her with her picks in her office. And we would still talk about picks, who's going to do what. And back when I started, there were 28 teams, so you have points 1 through 14. Now it's 1 through 16. I'll settle the NFC West. Seattle's going to get pulverized. They're going to be in last place. I do not trust Seattle's offensive line. It's been broken in half, and as I've said on my show several times, the last 6 seasons, they've been too Russell Wilson dependent, and their lack of a running game is going to cost them big time. Their defense has too many holes in it.
A lot of holes.
Seattle's last. In third, I had to toss this one up, but Arizona's going to be in third.
Wow.
I'll explain why. I love Kyler Murray, but A, I question that offensive line, and B, I question if Murray can see over the offensive line. I want you to pay attention to something that I've seen since Murray's been in the league. Why doesn't he dash to his left as often as he dashes to his right? Just keep an eye on that. Yes, they're loaded with receivers, but their running game is going to be a question unless they get established early, especially within the division. Rams are in second place, and I'm being gracious with the Los Angeles Rams. You have a 32-year-old Matt Stafford who has been beat up, beat down, pulverized, and pummeled in Detroit. Now, supposedly, he has a better offensive line in front of him. There's Andrew Whitworth, and then there's who the hell else is on that line. They lose Cam Akers for the year. You bring in Sony Michel, an unproven product. Now, all this can be turned around and thrown in my face, and Errol will probably be the first one to throw it in my face when it does flip upside down. Speedy Petey will be the second one blowing up my phone, talking about, see, Snowman.
Nah, he doesn't do that. He doesn't.
I don't want the Rams to do well, Brian. I just think they will.
He doesn't do that. No. I'm the one that'll probably stick it to you.
You'll be the first one giving me mess if it flips upside down.
Yeah.
But I think it was Speedy who mentioned a possible regression with the 49ers defense minus Saleh.
Small, not a lot, just small.
Don't believe the hype. Everyone's healthy. Everyone's hungry. Everyone's mad.
I think it's going to be a lot more than small.
Yeah, it won't be. That 49er defense is elite, and it will stay elite. Don't worry about the quarterback position. If you watch the game against the Raiders, you saw how dangerous this 49er offense can be. Garoppolo is healthy. He's going to start.
You talking about preseason, bud?
I'm talking about what I saw.
You saw preseason. You didn't even see starters, full-head starters playing in that game. And you think that by watching that, it can explain to you what the 49ers are going to be?
2 years ago, everyone was jumping down Garoppolo's throat because he threw 5 interceptions in Denver. What happened that year? He threw for almost 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and he was top 5 in 5 statistical categories. I look for a repeat performance, if not better, with the one extra game. I have the 49ers winning that division, and save maybe Tampa Bay, I believe the NFC will roll through Santa Clara.
Interesting. Jeff, what do you got? The West.
Yeah, I got the Rams finishing first.
Wow.
I just think they're going to be the best team in that
Jeff,
division.
you're crazy.
I think Matthew Stafford adds something. I'll take the Cardinals second, the 49ers third. And, I agree with Speedy, unfortunately, right? Because I think he's dumb, too, the Broncos. Jesus Christ.
I think Jeff just put my dog to
There was
sleep
something going on there with Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson and all that kind of stuff.
They're not getting along.
I think this is going to be the final meltdown.
Probably.
Yeah, I hate that I agree with you, too. I just feel dumb.
But I think you'd rather agree with me than over Speedy.
Don't push it, Beef.
I think you're very wrong.
I don't know about that.
That's crazy, man. That division it could
It's
go
the
either way.
It's the hardest division.
It could go either way.
You're very worried about the Rams running game, right? Which I guess is understandable.
Yeah.
But they're also the team that even when Gurley went down, they had that fat pig C.J. Anderson.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
gone. And he ran all over my Cowboys in that playoff game.
Yep.
No, it was actually my favorite part of that season.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Who's
Just like the Jets beating the Cowboys the next year.
But this is what I'm saying, though.
Cowboy fan?
Me,
The
I am.
Rams are just weirdly
Why are
one of
you a
those
Cowboy
teams that,
fan?
like, it doesn't
What the hell
matter
is wrong
who's at
with
running
you?
back for them, they're going to get production.
What was that, Brian? What did you say to Beef?
Why
is
am I
he
a Cowboy fan?
Who the hell is a Cowboy fan?
Retardation.
And my backup question is, why the hell are you a Cowboy
Why am I a
fan?
Cowboy fan? Because my mom, when I was a kid, my mother bought me a starter jacket, and it was the Dallas Cowboys. That's how I became a Cowboy fan.
That and he thinks he's a star.
Alright.
When you order
Fair
the
enough
Dak
on both
Feet
counts.
pajamas this year, is the
Well, I
right
gotta
foot
go.
on backwards?
I have a long drive to Chicago coming up, but I had to get some sports talk in before.
Brian,
before we left for the
Brian,
Vegas
Stuart, let's talk. Speedy's going to help you out when you get back. Tell your family. I wish them, all the love and may your mom rest in peace. I'm really sorry to hear about your mom. I'm happy that hopefully everything's going well with your health. I know when it rains, it pours, but you want to know something? I'm here for you, dude. So if you need anybody, you know who you can call.
Brian, my condolences to you.
Yes,
and
condolences to
your
the
family.
family.
appreciate you
Yes,
guys.
100%.
I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Drive carefully, and we'll talk to you when you get back, bud.
Thank you.
Brian Snow, ladies and gentlemen, who's joining the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. 11 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday. His show, Snowman in the Morning. It is a great show. It really is. He will be joining us.
So can I get Bees to answer that question?
What question?
So when you order your Dak Feety pajamas this year, is the right foot on backwards?
You're an idiot.
Jeff, you want to know the great irony of Beef Cowboy takes? He actually drafted CeeDee Lamb in our fantasy league.
He did. Third round.
And according to Errol, he was not dared.
Before the Beef hated my guts, right? Because there was a time, okay, right? We were on the phone where we not Beef, and I told you, you're going to love the dude. Do you remember that?
I have to see what he does this year.
Hold on. Do you remember me saying that to you?
Yeah, but I don't love him. That's the thing. I remember you saying that. But
Drafting him in the third round, that's love, man.
No, it's not.
That's love.
That's love.
That's love. He was your first wide receiver off the board.
Okay.
Okay?
And a lot of other receivers are taken already.
In the third round? Dude, I got Michael Thomas in the 10th round.
Yeah, but he's not playing till week 6.
Who cares? It's Michael Thomas.
And who knows
But
how?
come on though. You can't honestly sit there and tell me that with the group of chumps throwing him the football last year. No offense, Steve. I think that you think your quarterbacks were subpar too. I don't want to be taking
No.
unnecessary shots.
I said Dak has a good arm, but not the other ones.
No, right. But I don't want to be taking unnecessary shots at the Cowboys. We can save that for another day, right? But with all the chumps throwing him the football last year, you don't think that he shined in a situation where it was impossible to catch the football from those idiots?
I mean, I want to see more from him. Let's put it that way.
Dude, he was a rookie wide receiver, dude. You can't tell me that's not a great rookie season that he had. Come on, be fair.
I mean, it wasn't great. It was good, but it wasn't great.
With the backup quarterbacks?